So, I'm Andrea from Posto, you know me. This is the kit for our risotto kit that you take, and I'm going to tell you and I'm going to teach you how to properly make it. Risotto, making risotto, it looks simple, but it's completely not simple. And if you follow my instruction, you will make a great risotto. And even after this, you can make many different risotto, all your passion, all your ingredients, all your interesting things you want to use. Now, all the ingredients for your kits are here, from rapeseed oil, best oil for cooking, high tolerance for high temperature, shallots, oyster mushroom, rice. I'm not calling a risotto for a very simple reason. You will not call a risotto until it's a risotto. The only time you will call this risotto is after you go 1, 2, 3 steps. That's mean toast it with shallots and olive oil, wash with wine, then it's risotto. Before that, it's just rice. We're using carnaroli rice, my favorite rice. The most common is arborio. You can definitely use that when you do home. I like carnaroli because the shape, hold the temperature a little longer, stay al dente a little better, and this is the best rice money can buy. Acquarello, Vercelli, outside Milano. Vercelli is called the factory of fog because in the winter time, all this rice field creates so much humidity, there's fog everywhere. You can't even drive, and so, but we'll still do it. We're gonna take you through the journey of making a risotto. Misconception about risotto: 35 minutes. Big misconception. A risotto, it takes about 18 to 20 minutes tops. That's what it takes. We will follow you through, so we're gonna have a good time, and so we're gonna start shortly. Okay, tools. Risotto tools. So this is your best friend. Stock. You need to do the stock. Very simple. I'll not give you this. You can make this. Carrots, onion, celery, water. Nothing else. Make it work for about 30 minutes and then rest it up. This is the result. I like actually to use my onion skin on it. Don't use a red onion. It'll change the color of the risotto. Now we're gonna start the process. So we're gonna turn the flame on. Okay? Grapeseed oil. Okay? We're gonna do that. All of it. Okay? You want to get it to high temperature, right? But you don't want to get it like frying temperature because we don't want to fry this bad boy right here. Okay? So when it starts to move a little faster, like right now, it's warm, we're going to add the shallots. You're gonna hear the noise of the shallots. Okay? Every time we do something, we add a little tiny piece of salt. Okay? So in this case, we're gonna make the shallots nice and golden. You don't want to fry them. We are not looking for caramelized shallots or anything that way. Now we're gonna add our mushroom. Very important. You want to cook them now because we don't want to boil them. You want to get all the flavor out. Again, or salt. Okay. Okay. You see they start to already release some juice, release some beautiful moisture. You need that. So we're gonna let it work like that. Okay, give it a second. Then we're gonna go this bad boy here. So this is for 2 people. Okay, so for you it's perfect. It doesn't look much, but I promise you it's gonna develop quite a bit. Okay, so now rice. Okay, now we want to toast it. You want to make sure they start to almost stick to the bottom. You know when you make popcorn and you see that way? So now we're gonna have the wine. See, very tiny. You're gonna hear this noise. Okay? You're gonna smell it. Alcohol. You wanna make sure that completely the alcohol fume are completely gone away. If they do not go away, if you are stuck right away inside the evaporation, you will have this sweet and sour flavor that is starting. Okay? So now no longer. Alright, now we call it risotto. Before was rice. Makes sense? It's a fine line. Okay? All the alcohol is evaporating, so there's no alcohol inside after that whatsoever. So if you have a problem with alcohol, they will evaporate. Now if you don't want to use any wine, don't use vinegar or anything else. Just move on from the rice. It's still gonna be okay. Not the same, but so now evaporating. So now we have our stock. Need to be hot. We're gonna add it, cover up about 1.5 inches. in above the rice, okay? More salt. So every step I do salt. Okay, it's not because I have OCD, it's because every step salt needs to be integrated. So I'll give you a sample. If you cook everything and then you put the salt in the end of the pot, you will have a flavor, but the problem is the salt will not be integrated inside the rice grain, will not be integrated inside the mushroom, will not be integrated, it will be kind of coating it, but it's not inside. So that's why I always do salt, 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 salt. And so now, we're gonna get this bad boy to go at really high temperature. So risotto needs to work high. And it can be below, you can surface about the stuff because it will not turn like that. So the grain needs to cook evenly all together. Now, if you do not have the broth working in this way, and stay this way, you will have a different cooking time and different cooking texture. But we want to have a perfect texture, right? So that's why it's working. So now, of course, for a second, it is big bubble. You want to see that. You see rice coming up. You want to see that big bubble going. So, okay, big bubble is working, right? So I'm still doing it. I'm working it. Look, the grain, you see it's very white inside. You get kind of translucent outside. And so that tells you it's still a lot long to go. So right now we have about 7 minutes to go. So, and if you notice, I don't need any stock yet. Okay? So remember in the beginning, I cover the rice plus 1.5 inches, right? That's what it took me to get here. You can never make risotto with a basmati rice. You can never make risotto any other rice than rice for risotto. The reason is because rice for risotto comes from the land of the risotto, and everything together from the weather, to the fog, to the soil, to all the minerals in the soil, to the river, and to the energy of the people make what it makes the difference. So that's why if you want a buffalo mozzarella, you're getting it from Campania. Now from other places. Even if they try to do good, it's not the same as the terroir, right? So that's what it is, and that's what's important. And it works for anything else, even in America. So now, you see this moment here is working. Okay, 7 minutes away. We're gonna add one more step. Okay, we're gonna raise the temperature to the maximum level again. See, it never stops shaking and boiling. Never stop puffing. And that's what is important to me. And that's what makes the risotto. You can't just turn it down and slow it down. What happens is when you slow it down and your temperature changes, what happens is it cooks more outside but not inside. So when you have the bite of the risotto, you have that uneven texture, and that's why it's not cooked all the way in one shot. So I smoke cigar, right? You can never smoke a cigar, turn it off, walk away, go away and smoke it again. It tastes like terrible after that. And so you gotta get through it. Like you have an espresso. If I make an espresso, you drink it. 1, 2, 3. You don't drink it, go away, make a phone call and finish it. Only here they do that. And when I see it, break my heart because it's so disrespectful to the espresso. So it's getting so close, okay? We're about 4 minutes away. See how beautiful it is, by the way? See how it's already, if you notice the stock, and it's kind of dense. It has that fluidity, the density. The beautiful things, right? So now we're gonna have 4 pinches of salt. We're gonna add the last stuff, 3/4 of a cup. Here we try to serve it as Italian possible. We try to be as close to the originality and authenticity we can, but also we know that sometimes in America people texture and they're a little different than us. Al dente is very important for me because it's the way it's supposed to be eaten, but sometimes people like cooking longer, so by all means, if you want to take a little longer, just don't tell me, okay? Just keep it as a secret. So super close. Beautiful. When you finish, we're gonna add tiny bit of stock to the last, okay? So this is the finish line. It's like a really quick marathon. It's already beautiful. You see how the wooden spoon is such a amazing tool. It doesn't create, first of all, doesn't create any ping ping, any noise. It doesn't scrub the bottom. It has its delicacies, organic. It's completely natural. You can actually buy a silicone one, but to be honest with you, why want to use one? Wooden spoon or wooden spoon, right? Super close. See how beautiful it is. About a minute and a half away. We're gonna take it, and then I'm gonna show you what's the deal on finish a risotto. What is the deal, and what is the most important part, probably the whole process, to make it look fantastic and fluffy, hairy, and bubbly, and velvety. Alright, so now we're gonna turn the flame off. You say, oh, why do you do so? Well, because we don't want to destroy and curve the cheese. So now that's the point. That's what we do. Okay? And, you know, the Parmigiano that I give you, extra virgin olive oil that I give you, parsley that I give you. By the way, Italian parsley. Curly parsley doesn't taste. It really is just like a presentation. It doesn't do anything. So now we do what is important. Now we whisk it really hard. Of course, we're gonna use all the salt. And now, truffle oil. Just make it, you know, make it like ocean. Make it like, oh, truffles now. It's amazing. Oh. That's how you do risotto. You spoon it in the center. You get it from the side. To the side. To arrive in the middle. Have a great time, and every time you eat risotto, think about us. Posto, we've been here for you. You've been here for us. Thank you. Have a good day.